That's right. The words don't mean nothing to me. Sleepless night, your love has left us incomplete. Thinking that your promises will fit somehow. Oh, that's right. So I put you on a lifetime sentence, and you'll no longer feel my presence. So I thought I would let this be. Thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So I thought I would let this be. But you knew me so much better. 'Cause I do it. So I thought I would let this be. But you knew me so much better. So I thought I would let this be. Thought you knew me so much better.
Shout out to the CIA. One love, FBI. What's going on, people? I wanted to do this quick little stream. What's going on, Artisan? Do me a favor, if you're in the chat room, do me a favor. Shout out your city and state. I want to get an idea of who I'm talking to right now. City and state, city and state. Put it in the chat room. What is it? Tierra Strike? Mac TV says, man, I've been in Madrid, Spain all week. Glad to be back and watch the video. That's what's up. So we got NYC in the house. We got H-Town. We got Richmond, California. We got Inglewood. We got DC in the house. Tallahassee, San Diego, Kingston, Jamaica, the ATL. Be there in a week. Philly in the house. The UK. We have Detroit, Seattle. Yeah, Detroit representing up in this mug. New Orleans, St. Croix. All right, that gives me a good little snapshot as we are starting to let people stream in. Welcome to another Suit Saturday. Hashtag Suit Saturday. How many men actually got out today and did your Suit Saturday? Suit Saturday, for those of you who are new to my channel, Suit Saturday is something that I tell guys to do. Man, on Saturday, instead of just throwing on some sweatpants or some jeans and a t-shirt and run out, man, throw on a suit and get out of the house from breakfast until dinner and just get out in the world and see how the world responds and how the world treats you. Even when you got out and about running your errands, change your world. It'll change your world. Of course, you can't just do Suit Saturday without focusing on the three areas: frames, fragrance, and then, of course, footwear. See, all this stuff, yeah, always suited and booted. Suit Saturday in particular. But just like for the CIA men, confident, intelligent, and assertive, ladies, how many of you had on a skirt today? We got skirt Saturdays. What are you supposed to have on, ladies? At least a skirt, some heels, perfume, and a smile. Skirt, heels, perfume, smile. Skirt, heels, perfume, smile. Skirt, heels, perfume, smile. Those two things for men and for men and women will put you in a mood and a mindset to make your life happen and come to you. So you see the title, and if you haven't been on my channel for a minute, you see I talked about, you know, men and women's issues as it relates to image. And here's what I want to talk about today. You hear a lot on YouTube, especially on certain sectors of YouTube, the term about getting the bag or leveling up. Let's talk about it. Getting the bag or leveling up. And I need to go ahead and make an addition to this because the title of this is supposed to be Image and Leveling Up. Higher level social life and dating. Higher level social life and dating, because let's be honest, man. That's where it really comes down to. Higher level social life and dating. We got to be honest, man. Like I tell a lot of guys, if you think you're going to be able to, you know, just not deal with women, think that all women are just females. Look, man, 51% of the planet is female. 51% of the planet is female, and women are an integral part of reaching the highest levels you can reach. So you're going to have to learn how to deal with them and interact with them. And I will say this is a huge part in this whole leveling up thing. You know, when I hear guys talk about leveling up or issuing their complaints or issues they have with certain content creators talking about getting the bag or leveling up, I don't have a problem with it. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't have a problem with a female content creator getting out here telling a woman, get out here and level up to get your bag. You know why? Because CIA men are going to do what we're going to do anyway. You expect to be out here hustling, grinding, getting on your purpose, doing what you're supposed to be doing. So you will be the bag, bold, ambitious, and generous. That's what you will be. So when they are, it doesn't matter what women are talking about if you are on your purpose and on your grind. See, the people who have issues, the women who have issues with men saying they want feminine, beautiful, inspirational, you know, fit, cooperative, submissive companions, the women who have problems with that are women who don't want to be that, or who ain't gonna go do the work to be that. Conversely, the men who have a problem with women talking about level up and getting the bag of the dudes, they just want to sit there and think you can get a dime piece while barely having enough money in your pocket for a 2-piece. That ain't gonna work. Let me set some general ground rules. I'm not a dating coach, and I don't trying to be a dating coach, but in my business, I deal with the caliber of men that women often say they want. Guys who are actually out here, well employed and working on a little tweak here, a little tweak there, helping them get their image together, helping them get out of their shell, getting out there and living more of a full life. And conversely, I started out working with a lot of women when I first started my business. And here's the thing, I've had more women approach me saying, look, Godfather, I'm ready to take my life to the next level. I'm ready to go ahead and level up and get out here. So let me go ahead and talk about this. We got to be honest. When you talk about leveling up for women, there's leveling up after age 30 and before age 30. And I'm being generous with the age. It's really 25, but I'm being generous with the age. After age 30, leveling up looks a lot different. Let me just say, starting out with the women, if you are a woman over 30, you have to know you are and you're going to need to get realistic about your what's out here just by virtue of your age. Rich men, wealthy men have the pick of the litter. So one thing I see a lot of women asking me is like, I'm ready to level up. Understand this, the longer you wait, the more you're going to have to be reasonable. And I don't think life is over for anybody, but I got to be honest. We're going to talk about a lot today. We're going to talk about leveling up. We're going to talk about social life. We're going to talk a lot about dating, because I got to tell you, guys, I'm amazed at how many women who are over 35 who really don't seem to have a good grasp of what's going on. I mean, case in point, I have, your Godfather, I'm a decent looking dude, and I consider myself to be moderately successful. Why would I actively pursue a woman with 3 children who's in her 30s or 40s? I'm amazed sometimes at how many times women, there are a lot of women who got no real problem with trying to shoot their shot, and good for you. She like, I'm gonna shoot my shot, but we're not in the same game. Let me back up. Leveling up. Understand, the first trick for a woman, as she starts talking about you want to level up, you got to look the part. Stacey Abrams, failed gubernatorial candidate for the state of Georgia. It's been documented that her image team told her, look, if you want to become the governor of the great state of Georgia, you're going to have to lose weight, care about your appearance, and you need a man. This actually came up on the Obsidian show earlier today. And this is not uncommon for image consultants to come in and tell somebody about optics. Optics is a professional term we use in the business to let you know the lens with which you are being perceived. She chose to go for the governor's job, so you choose everything that comes along with it. If you choose to say you want to level up, understand something. Men know what that means. That means you want a man who has enough money to where you don't have to work. It's not that, let's be real, ladies, you don't want to work. And see, and here's the thing, ladies, you need to really start being honest about what you want. I know so many women who were in college Anecdotally, I've spoken to so many women in my personal life and even throughout my professional life who these women don't, the majority of women don't want to work. I mean, they like what they're doing, but it's not what fulfills them. And when asked, better than 90% of the time, they're like, they don't want to work. They just don't know here's the truth. A lot of times women are afraid to admit that truth because they don't think they'll be able to find a man who's going to be able to put them in that position. And here's a reason. If you're talking about leveling up, are you on the level of your level up? NG says, I'm honest. I don't want to work nor shame in my game. So NG, are you saying you want to, okay. So are you saying you want to level up? That means find a Henry, high earner, not rich yet. Henry is high earner, not rich yet. See, I don't want to say rich man. I want to say a high earner. High earners are earning enough to where you ain't got to work and you can still live an upper middle class life. You got a car, he got a car. You live out in the suburbs, kids can either be homeschooled or private school. You know the whole deal. Okay, so NG, let me ask you the question. Are you on the level of your level up? Physically, let me give you some parameters. Are you, if you're under 30, 5'8" and under, are you a dress size 6 and under? If you're 5'9" or over, we'll give you up to a dress size 8. She says she wants 6 figures ending in, so you want a millionaire. All right. So are you $1 million chick? Are you $1 million woman, not a female $1 million woman? I mean, that's fair to say what she wants. That's great. And see, this is what this is what all women who want to be on this level up thing across the world know. If you want to go and marry an affluent man, a man who comes from money, that means he has money and his people have money and he comes from generational wealth. You better believe they're going to run your background. They're going to do the opposition research. They're going to check to make sure you're marrying into the family. They're going to check your pedigree. She says, I'm 30, 5'4", size 4, no kids. Okay, so if you're 30, let me just say right off the back, if you're 30, you are already at the wall. Biologically, for a fertility window. So if you're 5'4" and no kids, let me tell you automatically what Henry thinks. Let me automatically tell you what Henry thinks of you. Henry is high earner, no kids, and they can be 5 different guys. The white guy is Josh. The black guy is Keith. The Hispanic guy is Jose. The Asian guy is Lee. And Ahmed is the Middle Eastern guy, the Arabic guy. When they look at a 5'4" woman, single, no kids, and if she's attractive, first thing they think, she's crazy. Something's wrong with you. Especially if they're Henry, high earner, no kids, because there's no way you got to be 30 years old and you didn't have at least 1, 2, probably 3 suitable men who tried to come at you or try to wife you or something else, and you would have been married by 30 if they ain't something crazy with you. That's automatically what they think. You got to understand that. Been engaged twice. So if you've been engaged twice, see, you got to automatic. Okay, so let me go. The plot thickens. If you've been engaged twice, if Henry was coming to look at you and you say, I'm 5'4", single, no kids, I've been engaged twice, he's going that way. Just telling you, he's going to go that way because there's something wrong here. I'm just being honest. Because if you've been engaged twice, that means you didn't get married. Why did you accept the ring? Why were you engaged? And this is what I'm talking about when women talk about wanting to level up. You got to understand how your prospective guys who are already on that level, they are looking at women who are not 30, who are 22, never engaged, feminine, beautiful, inspirational, cooperative, cultured, ready to be wife. That's what they're looking at. They got them. These men at this level, they don't want for women to pick from. She says, "No, I'm not crazy. I was just engaged twice in my first time being single." I'm just being, so get what I'm saying. And to get what I'm saying, you're 30. That means you're 7 years past where you should have already been married. 7 years past where you should have been married. You should be married by age 23, shooting out kids by 25, or having children by 25. And see, the thing is, I want you to listen to what I'm saying, and I want you to understand, not from your standpoint, but I need you to understand. You're talking about men. Henry, high earner, not rich yet, is basically walking onto the car lot, and he has an 850 credit rating and $50,000 and $30,000 that he can put down cash on a car. He can buy whatever he wants. Why would he pick you? No, in a relationship, 7 years engaged until I broke it off. All right. Here's the thing: the particulars are always going to be the same. But see, this is what I'm saying. When people are talking about leveling up, you need to understand the sexual marketplace is ruthless. It is ruthless. All is fair in love and war. When you can buy whatever, people come to you. I'm not going to get a headache trying to explain, because I'm talking to a whole group of people. And conversely, for the men who are talking about, you want a feminine, beautiful, inspirational, cooperative, submissive young woman, you need to understand you are competing against Jose, you're competing against Josh, Keith, Jose, Lee, and Ahmed. You're competing against those dudes, and you're making $50,000 a year, and he's making $300,000 a year, and in the gym 5 days a week, and working 65 plus hours as an investment banker. You are competing against those guys for that beautiful woman you say you want. You are 26, he is 36. He's been making what he's been making for 5 years or more. You just cracked $60,000. If you were a woman, which would look like the most secure bet? The 26-year-old guy who just cracked $60,000, or the 36-year-old guy who's been putting in the work and has a track record of financial success and security? Who are you going to get with? So for you young guys who say you want these younger women, understand it ain't like your father's or your grandfather's world. The sexual marketplace is completely deregulated now. That's why I say between the ages of 18 and 30, you would do, if I were between the ages of 18 and 30, I would be keeping my head down, working and building, because you are not going to be able to beat Henry. You're not. If Henry's in the environment, you're not going to be able to beat him. And even if she does decide to deal with you in the short term, you mess around and fall in love with her and propose marriage to an NG, she's going to end up leaving you, because she's always going to be wanting better. She's always going to be thinking, I could get a higher bag. You will be what's considered a doofer. He'll do for now. She said she was engaged twice. She didn't have to tell me she broke him off. And I can guarantee you, if I asked her the question, there's a litany of things wrong with them. The reality is they both messed up. Neither one of them should have asked. she shouldn't have accepted. Or else she would have been married by the first time. And that's not a dig at her, but let's just be real. See, here's the reality. Let me go back to you ladies talking about leveling up. If you're 30 or older, you've already shot a lot of your time in window. The best you will be is an 8. The best you will be is an 8. That means if you were a 9, the day you turned 30, you became an 8. You're only going to get older. And the reality is, men know that you've had plenty of capable, suitable guys, but you chose to stay in the game too long. You were always looking for the better deal. I'm good. A guy I'm with now dropped on one knee and gave me a ring. I accepted it, but I didn't keep my word. I bailed out of it because this guy came along and he was an inch taller, and he made $5,000 more, or whatever the reason is. All a man needs to know is you were engaged and you bailed out of it. Gentlemen, am I lying? For the guys who fit the 5 heartbeats, that's what I'm gonna call them, my 5 heartbeats. For the guys who fit Josh, Keith, Lee, Jose, and Ahmed, those are the guys who want to become Henry. These are the guys who are in the CIA. Josh, Keith, Jose, Lee, Ahmed. Those are the guys who fit CIA. In their 20s, they're striving to become it. But in their 30s, they're actually looking. What are you going to look? If you've been working from 21 to 30 with your head down, 60 hours minimum a week, and you have to grinding, and putting yours and delaying gratification and all this, you are not going to accept any shorts. Ladies, the truth is you need an honest, let me say, for both sides, for the women and men talking about this level up stuff, you need an honest assessment. That's why you need to go into your wallet. It's an old wallet. You need to go into your wallet, go hire an image consultant. I don't care if it's me, go hire some. I do care if it's me, but I don't know if I would take it. But you need to go hire somebody to give you an honest assessment of your image and where you rank of your image right now. Because you are not objective, as NG just proved. She says she wanted somebody who she wants to level up. And I don't doubt she's a wonderful person, but that doesn't matter on the open sexual market. Nobody cares how wonderful you are. They're not going to get to that point. They're going to look at the stats. And especially as we talk about the evolved world. All right, that's the whole thing about leveling up. Are you on the level? Are you on the level? Or are you at the level? You can't level up. You can't talk about leveling up unless you're at the level, unless you can be bought at that level. Now, here's the thing. You're a used vehicle. Unless you're a virgin, you're a used vehicle. You are capable. How many times has anybody ever gone to eBay or something like that to buy something? And oftentimes, like this fragrance right here. This fragrance is by Kilian, Straight to Heaven Extreme. Hold on. Now, this fragrance comes in this box, brand new, and it comes in a nice little coffin like this, a nice little presentation, brand new fragrance. Anybody want to tell me how much straight? No, we're not going overseas. You ain't got that kind of money. They didn't knock that shit off. Most of you don't have that kind of money. Get better here, so even if you go overseas, you got better options. Straight to Heaven Extreme. I hear all this overseas talk. You can't even buy an image consult talking about going overseas. Knock it off. Straight to Heaven Extreme Anybody want to tell me how much Straight to Heaven Extreme costs? Somebody want to hazard a guess? How much does Straight to Heaven Extreme cost? Yeah. Anybody? When it came out, it was close to $400. Now, you go on eBay and you will see people selling this fragrance. Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. Let's go on eBay. Because now the fragrance has been discontinued or harder to get. Let's just put it that way. Let's do this. And what I want to show you is this. Straight to Heaven Extreme by Kilian. Straight to Heaven Extreme. Let's sort this by best match, starting with the highest price. Buy now. Jesus Christ.
Great content, Kevin.
I guess I picked the bad fragrance. Well, let me do it this way then. My point ultimately is this. You can ask for whatever you want to. You see somebody on Amazon right now wanting $449 for this fragrance because it's for whatever. They value it that much. There are people, you can put whatever price you want on what you own, but the market decides. The market decides. You can put $500 on this, but if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell. This is where you got to ask yourself, where do you need an accurate appraisal? If you're actually trying to sell a product to the market, if you're trying to sell yours, you are the product. The market is men, ladies. You're trying to sell yourself to a certain category of buyer. You got to understand what they can buy. Why does somebody go buy a Mercedes instead of a BMW or an Audi? They got the money to afford either one, but why they get the Mercedes? Because Mercedes sold them on the fact that Mercedes was the best buy for them. So many women today got it backwards. You think just because you overvalue yourself in the sense that you don't have a realistic appraisal. This is why you see so many women talking about leveling up who missed the guy they should have been with, who would have been good for them. But here's the problem. They don't want to quote unquote settle. A lot of you women got you really got an outsized view of yourselves. Now, see, guys don't have this problem as much as women do because men are often told where they rank. Women aren't. So how does this play out in the world? When you get a guy saying he wants to, level, increase, become the best version of himself or increase himself, and then a woman wants to get a guy to level up. How do these people meet? This is what I wanted to talk about. Man, hit the like button because I got some stuff to do later on today. And NG, thanks for being a good sport. I'm not dogging you. Man, hit the like button, man. We got 226 people in here and 56 likes. Come on, man. Hit the like button and then throw some money in this daggum super chat. Here you go. Show some love to the Godfather right here. Because here's what we're about to talk about. How to actually sell your product or service. You're the thing that's being sold, ladies and guys. And I'm gonna talk to the guys about how to get the best deal. Hit the like button. Ladies, how to sell your product or service, that's you, to the highest, to finding your ideal consumer, your target customer. Let's talk about this. I'm in business. And the worst thing you can ask a business person is, who's your ideal customer? Anybody with money. Bullshit. That's a stupid business person. My ideal customer is a guy who's 35 plus, making $150,000 or more. That's my ideal customer. That's my target market. That does not mean that's who I always sell to. But the BMW customer is different than a Mercedes customer, is different than a Honda Accord customer. Ladies, the ladies who are talking about you want to level up. Who is your target market? Who do you have your sight set on for your sweet spot? And then, do you have the value to sell to that person? If not, you need to adjust your target market. It ain't settling, it's called being realistic with the market. Gentlemen, you guys have to do it all the time. Men can say, I want a Ferrari, but I've got Honda Civic money. Now, how many times you've seen guys try to go get a sedan, and back in the 80s and 90s when they had these kit cars, the worst thing in the world I used to see was these Nissan Sentras with all this damn kit stuff put on them. Try to make it look like something it wasn't. No. Know your market. They're telling me what not to forget and what not to tell you. Yeah, here's some advice for 21. Here's some advice for 21. I need 5 people to put something in the super chat. I'm gonna shut this thing down and go on to my life. Because see, I'm talking about something that I'm already living. See, this is the main problem. You don't know where to go. You don't know how to do. Shout out to Lance. Y'all think I'm kidding? Shit.
See me now, why don't you hear me out? Can't you see what we're about? I see you at my door, wanting in, come back for more. I don't want this anymore. Cause baby, we got issues, yeah. Not gonna make them dictate my life. So baby, if you got issues, don't you take it out of me. Honey, I think we lost in time. Guess I'm not in big with them. So goodbye, my love. Already found someone that I'm thinking of. And I lose myself again. To someone got to know. So you just have to do it now.
Stop worrying about the track name. Put something in the super chat or we out. I don't teach this shit for free. Anybody else saying, what's the track name? Track name is super chat. Shout out to Rich. That's 3. Oh, let me help you out then, Armand. I don't like broke dudes. Bye. Shout out to Paging Nurse Kale.
Godfather checked me and told me I haven't got all the numbers from MIT. Can you help me out with their contacts?
Sure can. See,
I'll help you out.
let me tell you, shout out to Mike. And see, ladies, I want you to pay attention. I want you ladies to pay attention to something. Shout out to Mike. Mike always come through, and I had to go ahead and block one fool in here for talking about so-and-so is corny. I understand where a lot of you, I'll put it this way. Guys,
Thanks, Mr. Samuels.
cheap guys, when I say put it in a super chat, you can put in 99 cents. It's the point. Understand something, and I mean no offense by any of this. 99 cents, $1, $5 is not going to make or break me. The point of the matter is you have to show that you are really serious about something you want. Dude, there's no free lunches. And what I'm about to get into typifies why I don't see so many, why I don't see more,
Teach Godfather.
why I don't see more black men, more black faces. Because now we got to look at this. You already say you want a woman, you're trying to level up, and a man, you're trying to find the right woman. All right. Well, guess where you're not going to find them? You're not going to find them in the club. You're not going to find them in your house, you know, in your neighborhood. Where are you going to meet or be in the place of these quality people, higher level people? You got to go to higher level venues. Honestly, be honest. If you were trying to meet somebody who was, ladies, if you're trying to meet a man that's going to be able to sit you down, let's be honest. You're trying to meet a man who's making at least $150,000 a year. Where are you going to go to meet him? And I'm going to remove the gym and I'm going to remove Whole Foods. I'm taking the gym from you and I'm taking Whole Foods from you. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go to meet a man that's making the kind of money where he can have a stay-at-home wife and set her down to where she can have 2 or 3 kids? Where you going to go, ladies? What's up, Nikiva? Guys, look.
Thanks for sharing so much wisdom and motivation, Kevin. Very much appreciated.
You're welcome. Because here's the thing, I'm trying to help you guys start learning how to find one another after you do the work. But look, no, guys, don't say anything. But look, ladies, the ladies haven't said anything. You know what that tells me? Is they don't know where to go. They don't know where to go. I'm just going to sit here and Boaz is supposed to come knock on my door. It don't work that way, ladies. NG says, I work in the financial entertainment industry, so I get a lot of events, galas, networking, charities, such and so forth. Yeah, and you work in that industry, and that's what gives you access. But that's the thing. So many people don't work in that industry. So the stuff you just talked about, here's where you go, people. Events, networking events, charities, galas. Now we got to talk about it. How's your godfather dressed? My black suit. Because tonight I have an event to go to. I talk about suit Saturdays. And the reality is so many of you guys today don't even own suits. So when you start talking about what NG said, galas, networking events, charities, you not only don't know they exist, even if you wanted to go, you don't have anything to wear. Why am I making this a point? Well, guess what, guys? If you get the clothing, you will find the events to go to. That's how this works. You're not going to go buy a nice, well-cut dark suit, a tuxedo, or after dinner jacket and just let it sit there. You're going to find somewhere to go wear it to, because that's how we as men are. This is where ladies go to find men of this caliber. Gentlemen, let me ask you, if you honestly think you are, now you may be making the money, but do you have the social standing that will also attract this kind of woman? Because see, it's one thing to have the money, guys, but if you are leading a boring life, if you don't have a social life, if you don't have social standing in the community, if the kind of woman you're looking at cannot look at other people and see that they admire you, you're a man of gravitas in your area, you are going to be extremely vulnerable, because the only thing that's attracting her to you is your money. Do you go to any of these events? Gentlemen, I need the guys in the chat room to honestly, because I'm going to ask you, if you honestly go to those kind of events quarterly minimum, you're at some sort of charity, gala, networking event, mayor's ball, something like that, at least every 3 months. If you are, put a 10 in the chat room. If you go to those kind of events consistently, at least once every 3 months, honestly, let me be real, you go once a month minimum. You go once a month. Put it in the chat room. You know how I know whether or not you go to those events? I got these guys putting 10s in the chat room. I don't believe you guys all got to go to these things twice a month. No. No. Wow. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I said guys. I got guys and they're telling me they go to these galas and things once a month. I'm laughing because on my homepage, on my community tab, I asked men, raise your hand if you're investing 8% or more in yourself. Not in, and that doesn't include gym memberships, this and that. And I'm gonna tell you, I want to read this to you because I have to do a follow-up to this. Because just like I say, women are need an accurate evaluation. A lot of you guys are delusional. Of the 515 votes that were tallied, 37% of men say they are investing 8% or more of their annual income. So that means if you're making $70,000 a year, $70,000 a year, you're investing at least $5,600 or more, right? That means you're investing around $500 a month in coaching, a personal trainer, life trainer, mentor, additional certifications consistently. 37%. Let me go ahead and just give you rough math. 37% will be 191 out of the 515. 37%, just so we are on the same page, represents 8 times the national average. 8 times. In short, either guys don't know what real investment is, or they're lying to themselves. And I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got a lot of guys in two. Okay, we'll go with that. And here's the thing: if you are in law, let's just go with it. For the people who say they attend these things, how many would attend them if there wasn't if you weren't required to by work? Because to attend events and look like you belong there, you are going to need after 5 attire. After 5 wear, which is what you see me just kind of throw on right now. How many of you guys have clothing available for after 5? What is wrong with my camera? How many of you guys actually have clothing available for after 5? Tanner says he do it on his own accord. See, how many of you guys can honestly say you are comfortable in a tuxedo? You're comfortable in a dinner jacket, and you attend functions that require you to wear a tuxedo, a dinner jacket, something like that on a consistent basis. I can wear work attire. Explain after 5. I shouldn't have to explain after 5. I really shouldn't have to explain after 5. It's not a business suit. A business suit is not after 5 attire. The last place most people wore after 5 attire was to the prom. Most guys barely own a suit these days, much less a tuxedo or a nice dinner jacket or a smoking jacket. So when it's time to go to galas, events, things like that, honestly, guys just don't have the clothing. I've lost over 160 pounds rebuilding my closet. I don't see. That's never going to be an excuse for me, a reason. Because when I hear guys say that, What I'm hearing is I'm waiting till you're putting your life on hold. There are plenty of people who are out there who lose weight, who are in the process of losing weight, who still find things that are appropriate to wear. Having problems with that. You said I'm not required. I run a real estate brokerage and development firm. I go to expand. All right. When's the last time you guys put on a tuxedo? I work at a courthouse. I can go tieless and suitless. Then no. No. Then you are not talking about the same level of places I'm talking about going to. If you can go tieless and suitless, okay. You're not talking about the same places. That's cool. You don't even know what it is. See, life has not changed as much as guys and our desire to want to go to these places. See, when we're talking about going to these galas and affairs like that, hold on. Just a second. I'll be right back. I need to grab the door real quick. I'll be right back.
Here we go, put this miserable song on repeat. Cause you seem to forget how much you are hurting me. Do what's right, you say you will, but then you don't. You just don't. You don't care, cause you don't take me seriously. What's there to repair if you don't want to talk to me? You should know the time is up, I'm out, I'm done. So I'm putting you on the lifetime sentence. You no longer feel my presence, so I thought I would let this in. But you know it's so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence, so now you never feel my presence. So I thought I would let this in. Thought you knew me so much better. So I thought I would let this in. Thought you knew me so much better. Yeah, yeah. So I thought I would let this in. No, that's right. The words don't mean a thing to me. Sleepless night, your love has left us incomplete. Thinking that your promises will fit so loud. Oh, that's right. So I'm putting you on a lifetime sentence. You no longer feel my presence. So I thought I would let this in. Thought you knew me so much better. You're on a lifetime sentence. Now you never feel my presence. So I thought I would let this in. But you know me so much better. Cause I don't. So I thought I would let this in. But you know me so much better.
All right, we're back. Cool. So, after 5. The daytime events and things like that, chamber events, that's cool. But those are business hour events. What about after hour events? The American Association Heart Ball. They're all kind of art exhibits. You know, plugged into an active social life is one of the biggest differentiators between social classes. This is why a lot of guys today are having a problem finding the right kind of women, because honestly, you're dealing with a group. You're not going to the right places. The places you're going are, what's a nice way to say it? I mean, if you want to find a certain caliber of woman, you're going to have to go you're going to actually have to put yourself in uncomfortable positions. Somebody just asked me a question. Don't do me a favor. If you want to ask me a question, the way you ask me a question is don't put it in all caps. You put it in super chat. That's the only way I'm going to answer questions like that. Yeah, for commoners, let's be honest. Commoners. The other day I was checking out my girl Roxy's channel. I was checking out Roxy's page, and Roxy, I'm gonna put you on the spot because we need to see more of this. We need to see more of grown damn people going out to do things, man. And when I see young guys I look at where young women are going. I look at where young, beautiful women are going, and they are not going to the damn club. They're getting advice from some very smart women telling them what to do. And they're not going, that's why you young guys are having problems. Where do you go to find women that dress like this? They are not at the goddamn nightclub. I'm sorry to use, I don't have to go that way, but they're not. They are not. They are not. And you can't go up to her shirtless and tieless and think she's going to take you seriously. She will not. I mean, suitless and tieless and think they'll take you seriously. They won't. So we got to get to it, gentlemen. That's why I said on my channel, I made the turn to where I'm not dealing with my content, my live streams are not for the average guy. My videos are, but my content isn't. My content is for the guys who are in the 49% who want to be in the top 20%. You understand what I just said? My content is for the guys who are in the 49% who are already in the minority who want to be, in the top 20% of men. This is who I make my content for, because these are the guys who I won't have to argue about putting on a suit on Saturdays. They're already out doing something. What's old girl's name? This is the woman I'm talking about who runs a school of affluence. I just need to look at the picture of the woman. Okay, I don't care about, don't look at her race or anything. Look at the picture. Look at how the woman is dressed. You have younger women listening to women like this, and I am all for it. Not these. Go to guy M on 33 Secrets, and he did a video talking about today how women are dressed like slobs. Not every woman is dressed like a slob.
007 Godfather Kev.
But the women who dress like the women I'm showing don't go the same places where these slob women go. Is it starting to make sense? I always do a lead up to get you guys to start thinking differently. Even as much as, so honestly, can you honestly say that as a man, a guy today, you have stuff in your closet to where you could go out tonight to a gala, the mayor's ball, the heart ball, to anything where movers and shakers, the city leaders and things like that will go to? Because that is where you find women of a different caliber. And ladies, conversely, that's where you find the kind of guys you talk about you wanting to be with. But guess what? You got to be able to go and do likewise. You can't go to the LA Opera and fucking Spanx and the Momo. You're hearing a snatchback. You can't go to the LA Opera. You got to be little black dress approved. In this case, what did I tell you? Chocolate women, canary yellow dress. What did your godfather tell you 2-3 weeks ago? Chocolate women, canary yellow dress. I know my freaking business. And in order to deal in these places, you have to look the part. You have to have the image. You have to look like you belong there. You cannot put on something like this and then go and sit in the corner like a shrinking violet. You got to go work that room. You got to go in and make an impact. Who am I talking to? Are we getting it, young men? Ladies? See, so many of you honestly don't go anywhere other than your hoods. Whatever your hood is, that's where you go. So I can see the fact when you come to my channel trying to tell me what it is and what it ain't. And I'm like, you have no idea. I can tell where you go and what you do by just the simple fact of what you don't know. So, of the lady, hey, Sugar P. So of the ladies in here talking about you want to level up, do you frequent these places? And do you have a +1 when you're there? To the guys, do you have a tuxedo? If you don't, buy a jacket. Because when you start talking about image, leveling up, higher level social life and dating, this is how you start to date at the right level. You must be in the same place as these people, in person and online. See, this is why so many people have a problem with online dating, because you don't know how to decipher what you're looking at online because you don't live it in your regular life. Leveling up social life, black tie. Now we're talking about open world. How many guys actively are going to black tie events at least 4 times a year? Not in the holidays, 4 times a year, at least once a quarter. Young men, that I need to work on a bit. But yeah, let me tell you one of the biggest reasons you young men don't go. It's because you don't know how to deal with older men. The big reason you young men don't go is you don't know how to deal with older men. Many of you work in careers or jobs that pay you well, but you are one of the first generations in the history of work world whose pay has outstripped their maturation. Only in the last 20 some odd years can you actually go into a boardroom and have executives listen to a 20-year-old. That's what the internet has done for us. But people don't change. Culture, class has always been with us. And when we take you away from your subject matter expert, you're in a room and you don't know how to deal with older men. Okay. I will use you as an example. ESW. More often than not, when I say something, your first thing is to say nah or this or that. I don't know. I'm gonna read your last statement. I do. Nah, I'm the youngest in the crowd in most instances. I've always had an old soul. I naturally gravitate towards maturity. I would love to speak to the people that you gravitate towards, and I would love for you to be able to hear what they say about you when they don't think you will hear them. Knowing how to deal at all levels means you're open to go at all levels. And here's the reality. So many guys under 40, you don't go to any of these places. And I don't care for the one or two of you to think, the majority of you don't. And this is why you can't find the kind of woman you're talking about dealing with, because where is she at? She's in a room with powerful men and beautiful women. They're on these dinner cruises. They're on these galas, the networking events. That's why you see so many young girls in their 20-somethings. Why do you think guys in their 40s and 50s have an overabundance of women to pick from now? Because the guys in that area from 30 to 45 are completely out of the game. All right, so black tie. A lot of guys don't have tuxedo. You don't have to have a tuxedo. Take a suit or go buy a velvet dinner jacket, something like this. Let me show you something else. For Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or to go to functions with Alpha Kappa Alpha, what do you think happens? Interesting analysis. This is what I do for a living. This is what I get paid for. This is what companies hire me to do. Anyway, there are many companies that have my policies and procedures with their letterhead on top of it. There's a course being taught right here by the University of Central Oklahoma, the downtown campus, labeled Soft Skills. That is my curriculum. I don't think y'all know who y'all talking to. So when you go to Breast Cancer Awareness Month and you go to American Cancer Society event and you go in suitless, tieless, or in that same old tired business suit you wear every day, day in, day out with them busted ass shoes that you're wearing, or you decide to go rent a tuxedo and you look like a fucking, look like a damn 11th grader at the senior prom, then you have somebody come in looking like they belong, standing next, and they are working the room. And then you have something, then you have this. So you have this man standing, you have a guy dressed like this, see a woman like that. What kind of picture does that make? Do I need to go on? When you can work, or when you can actually put this dress on, ladies, and be proud of your body, be proud of your look, be proud of your femininity, and exude some classy sexuality, what impact do you think it makes on the room, especially when you're smelling like your godfather told you to smell? And then your godfather comes in doing what the hell he do, dressed the way he dresses. What impact does that make? And how often do you want to have that in your life? Once you go have these things happen and the next one comes up, are you still wanting to sit at home and watch the next college football game? Are you still wanting to sit at home? Hello? Are you still wanting to go to Buffalo Wild Wings? Are you willing to go somewhere and roll solo? Are you willing to even go out of town to go to these kind of events? So when I laugh, when I hear you guys, when I hear guys thinking that you don't need an image console, you got your image together, right? Show me your work. Show me your life. Show me your active social calendar. We are fully in the fall. Your social calendar should be on point. You should have 2 or 3 events to go to every weekend. Every weekend, 2 or 3 events. You should have multiple dates lined up. Your social calendar should be packed. And what I'm speaking to is a lot of you guys, it's not. And then you wonder why you cannot find the caliber of women that you want to find. Because you're not really ready, because you're not there. And I've just reverse engineered why you're not there, because your image ain't together. You know them suits them so-called suits you have is tired. You know them suits, the shoes you wear are busted. You may look better than all the guys in the office you work with. That just means they look like shit. Where can I start? The only way you're going to start with me is pay me. Book a consult. This is a learned skill. That's right, Roxy. The room would lose their freaking mind. Oh, we're just getting started. I got another one over there. Green, pink, blue, crimson color. Yes. Black. So I say at 50 years old, I am living a more...
Absolutely love your video.
Appreciate it. At 50 years old, I'm living a more active life than you 30-year-olds. For you guys in Atlanta, I'm about to come down to Atlanta and kick your ass. Say it again. For you guys in Atlanta, I'm about to come to Atlanta and kick your ass. For the guys in Atlanta who are tired of living like that, like just sitting on the couch, let's get it. because the women are out there. They are there. I just pulled up Roxy's video from the other day. I just pulled up Annabelle. I can pull up countless stuff. I can pull up Aisha C's channel. I can go to Nicole Michelle. I can. Women are doing it. So I'm tired of hearing you guys talk about ain't no good women. I'm gonna put it in your face. I'm gonna put it in your face and show you that the caliber of woman you talking about, you want, and such and so forth is out there. And I'm gonna make you own the fact that you are either out here doing it or shut the French toast up about leveling up this and that. Because if you are, you will have no problem hashtag showing your work and doing the work. Showing the work and doing the work. Indoor, outdoor. There's a gala, there's an event going on tonight. I've told you, I've talked about where to go, look for stuff. And yet, guys, can you be honest and say, man, I'm just not doing it, man. I'm just not. I'm just sitting back waiting. I'm just sitting back waiting. I'm just sitting back, just like, I'm tired. I mean, honestly, some of you guys need to go get your blood work done. You need to go get your T levels checked. Because as the guy today, with the way the standards are falling for men, man, you guys should be cleaning up. If you're out there pushing, all your suits are bespoke. Okay. You mean bespoke mean there was no pattern existing? They were actually drawn from hand? Michael Dixon? All right, since you put that out there, Mr. Dixon, I'm going to your channel and looking at your avatar. If all your suits are bespoke, my suggestion would be to get a professional headshot done for your YouTube channel. Because this avatar does not speak to a guy that has bespoke suits. Something to consider. And bespoke, in the true sense of bespoke means that there was nothing, and then it was drawn up. There's no pre-existing pattern. You decided to make a suit out of this, and you just made it. And it's only one of one. That's bespoke. Tips on lifestyle, attraction, marketing, and socials. Yep, content-wise. There's where you go. Honestly, I'm gonna be real, guys. So the guy who said he's just new here, so I'm gonna answer the question. The stuff that you really need to live your life is never gonna be in a video. An overview. You're gonna get a 7 to 15-minute video. To get the actual actionable tips that you need, you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars and work hundreds of hours. We professionals have taken too much of our time and money and invested in ourselves to give it away for free. So that's always going to be the answer. It's always going to be the answer. To get you from A to Z, you're going to have to spend the money to do it. Most people don't even live stream on YouTube because they don't want to give it away. I actually realized that I'm talking to a market that doesn't even know that this stuff even exists. So now what I'm doing is I open your eyes up to the world that's right in front of your face. There are people going out tonight in the cities you live in doing the things I'm talking about that you don't even know about. Second for you says, I'm behind, Kevin. I feel locked up in my place doing MS degree, my master's degree, taking account. There's no, that's on you, bro. You feel locked up. Well, that's a feeling. You have to do something about it. Read it in. A lot of American millennials my age aren't living as we should be, especially me. And it's pretty pathetic. Everyone takes pride in being an introvert nowadays. That's why, exactly. There's nothing proud. There's nothing. There's taking things that aren't virtuous and made them virtuous. I'm an introvert. I'm a lone wolf. No, no. You're not proud of it. And you're not. And here's the thing: you're not happy either. Because if you were, you wouldn't have so many overweight and obese women and overweight and obese men. We talk a lot about women being overweight and obese, but I see a lot of fat ass overweight dudes, man, in their 20s. Here's what I would do. Here's what I do is I try to take you into a place that I know you don't know exists. Open your eyes. My challenge is always going to come down to the same thing. You're going to have to do something about it. I even done these events, MIT. See, when I hear guys talk about I feel stuck, such and so forth, checking for you. Why aren't you coming to MIT? Dallas, why haven't you enrolled? Why didn't you come to the last one? Why aren't you coming to this one? See, I got women already chomping at the bit for the one I'm gonna do in Atlanta. This is where I'm saying women are more engaged than you guys are. That's why I'm trying to let you understand that if you actually just put yourself in a position to show up, your life that you want to have is already waiting for you. Yes, it's laziness. Straight up laziness. I need to, Kevin. I really need to. See, I'm gonna be honest, dude. You gotta also check. You gotta check yourself. When people hear you say, "I need to," I really need to. If you're a woman and you heard a man say that, is that a dude you want to deal with? This dude is saying he needs to do something, but he ain't doing it. Honestly, is that a man you would want to even? I'm telling you. I'm being real because women come into these spots and they're making decisions separating. Why do you think there is such a turmoil going on? You get a chance to pick your spot, gentlemen. So, black tie events, leveling up, active social life. The fall is where you should be active. Football season is going on. There was a college football game. You should have been at a game, out somewhere watching the game. At night, you should be out. You can throw it in this that I'm wearing right now, works great with a t-shirt and jeans. And then what about tomorrow? Brunch, all this other thing, get involved. The reality is a lot of you guys don't know how to do it, and then everybody's going to give it to you free. You're going to have to learn how. That means breaking bread. At the end of the day, though, ladies, if you want to find the kind of men that are going to be on that level, you're going to have to level yourself up. You're going to have to already look the part, be able to walk in and captivate, and then let things take their course. Gentlemen, you're going to have to be able to go in. You're going to just have to show up. Show up. Yeah, Charles, liking that, huh? Yeah. So the next one, hold on.
Loving the jacket E.
At the end of the day, what it comes down to is living life out loud. Everything you want, especially like I said yesterday, if you live in an NFL, an NBA, and a major league city, if you live in a team that has an NFL franchise, an NBA franchise, and a major league baseball franchise team, and you're not out living an active life, you might as well go live in the country. Now, this may be a little bit more everybody's speed. Simple liquid blue. Sorry. How many of you guys actually know how to tie a bow tie? You need to learn. Like I said, you need to learn how to go and be in places with attractive women who are living life out loud. This is what we need you guys to start doing. Now, here's a question. Uh-oh. Could you even approach a woman like that? Can you approach any of these women? See, that's what you gotta see. A lot of guys, you may have the schooling, you may even have the money. But can you approach these women that you are interested in? It's not as though they don't exist. Can you approach a woman like that in that environment? And that's where the question is often found. I said, if you see the woman you want, could you approach her? And almost 9 out of 10 times, nope. Can you approach her? She walks into the room doing her damn thing. Can you approach her? I want you to honestly ask yourself a question. Can you approach a woman who walks in a room like this? All right. I can, but women are not on my radar right now. That's bullshit. That is such bullshit. 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 Bullshit, 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 bullshit. And I'm tired of hearing it come from young men. Like you're above nature. Like you're the first generation of people who went to college and pursued a degree or higher learning. Get the fuck out of here. That is bullshit. You don't have the balls to do it. You don't have the balls to actually step out and be the man you need to be. Do what you need to do and still be a man. Men and for every other generation to figure out how to do it. But you motherfuckers feel like you're the first ones that ever went to college and figured out that there was something else you need to do. So because you can't do it, you put it over here and say, well, women aren't on my plate right now. That's bullshit. If you could do it, it would be no problem.
To relive all the things I did from 1929 at college, and when I got out, a lot of guys are lost, and I tried to help in my wave W.
Thanks, Kevin. I watched to relive a lot of things I did from 19 to 29 in college, and when I got out, a lot of guys are lost my way and try to. There you go. Louis Hernandez, I don't know who you are, but I don't take a person with an avatar ranking anybody on my channel. You want to rank somebody on my channel? Bring your fat ass on here and show your face. Show yourself. Until then, get the fuck out of here. I reject the whole notion of I'm so busy and women aren't on my plate. You got guys out here who are millionaires and billionaires, running the country, running the corporations, running the world. And you motherfuckers think you'd have found the key to life or some shit. Get off these red pill MGTOW channels with this fuck shit. I get tired of hearing that from young men. All I hear is motherfucking excuses for why you're not doing what you're on the planet to do. Why are you in school anyway? To get a degree. To do what? To get out here and work, to make money, to do what? to fulfill your biological impulse to reproduce. Go read The Selfish Gene. You guys kill me with this shit, man. Women aren't on my radar right now. I'm sorry, man. It just had to be said. We're the men. And if the quote unquote thinking men, the educated men, the men out here have become fucking intellectual eunuchs, I don't want to hear anything about Pookie and Ray Ray and all these guys with all these kids. Well, the guys who are supposed to be out here winning and making babies with their women, if you ain't doing it, what are they supposed to do? They have a biological imperative to reproduce. And if the guy that has the best DNA who is willing to give it to her because your ass is in a book, what do you think she's going to do? We have 7 billion people on the planet. That drive is strong. Just because you neutered yourself? Nah. Anyway, putting yourself in a position to let life come to you is the best thing for guys who are more introverted to do. Get in the gym, throw that weight up, get your body looking like an athlete for life. You don't have to have a six-pack, but you do need to have a hard body, be strong. You should not want to touch your own self and feel fat. You should want to feel hardness. You should have that V. You should have broad shoulders, a snatched in waist, a positive stance. You should look like a man. All right, don't go rock the pink fucking thing like I did. Get a green one, get a blue one, get a black one. But at the end of the day, you should still look the part and then get out here. Order a man's drink, a scotch or a bourbon. If you smoke cigars, smoke a cigar. And get in spaces where women are wearing little black dresses, spaghetti straps, and let life happen. Because here's the reality. It's a damn sin for so many quality, qualified guys to be sitting back on the other side of the computer screen at 7:15, 8:15 Eastern time and knowing good and goddamn well when this program is over, you don't have a life. You don't have a choice. You clicked on and say, "Ooh, goddamn, I'm glad Kevin's doing the stream because I ain't got shit else to watch." The manosphere has become a fucking pacifier for so many of you guys. So when Obsidian went to Mixler and when O'Shea's gonna be gone, and when Angry Man's doing anything, when the content starts to dry up, the content creators are living their lives, and you're just sitting there like, whose channel we gonna go to next? What's the next live stream? Life's out there. Life's out there. And I grew up with plenty of guys who were not as outgoing as myself. But my childhood best friend was about as introverted and as nerdy as you can get. We're both in Mensa, but he graduated valedictorian. He finally learned how to get out of his own way. He's married to a drop dead gorgeous woman from New Orleans. And they got 3 beautiful children. So I don't accept that guys who are socially awkward, nerds, and all this other kind of stuff. There are plenty of women out there. Plenty. So while I can sit back and talk about the numbers and I can do the red pill logic, I also know the truth of my own eyes. I'm out all the time. Like I said, when I go to Atlanta, bruh, what are y'all excuses in Atlanta? That's why I don't get what y'all excuses in Atlanta. I don't know. Yeah, creators are living their lives. Yeah, you know, and I and a lot of guys today have. That's why I did the video on the prison of shame. But there's going to have to be, you're going to have to get to a point to where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're going to have to reach rock bottom. Alcoholics and addicts have to reach rock bottom, because until then, any treatment and therapy won't work. But once they reach their rock bottom, then that's when you hear somebody talk about they kicked the habit, 12 years ago, and they've been clean since then. You're going to have to reach your emotional rock bottom. If you were to be fired from your job today, if you didn't have your job, meaning if you work remotely, if your company said, all right, Brian, all right, Brian, what we're going to do is we're going to set a computer terminal up in your house. You don't have to come to the office anymore. You can work from home. That means a lot of guys today, their life, they would become hermits. Because the only reason so many guys today are leaving their house is to go to work. That means the commute from home to the home to Starbucks, and from Starbucks to work, their entire social life is the job. But they took that away from you, and you could work remotely. Then you're in your house all day. You're going to lead. That's why so many people, honestly, it's a fear of a lot of people becoming entrepreneurs, because you're no longer in the work world. You got to stay motivated out here. Again, I coach with men on a daily basis. Saturdays and Sundays I don't. And I understand where you're at, but I also understand that you're going to have to kick your own self up the ass to actually get in front of a coach. Here's the best thing you can do. Whether you book a session with me or anybody else, you need to get in front of somebody who's a coach, who's going to tell you what you need to hear to get you in gear, because you don't have it for yourself. Oftentimes, guys will book a session with me and they'll say it's for image, but what they really want is life advice. They really want to know what to do. And there's no shame in that. I've never said anybody's name, and it happens more often than not. I have my image consult that I put up. I also have my advice line. This is for personal advice, 15 minutes, half an hour, or an hour. Also, if you want to get professional advice, career advice, that's on my website also. I ultimately put the responsibility back on men for this reason, because when you are doing what you're supposed to be doing, the rest of the world comes to you, bro. You put yourself in a position to be able to have these kind of outcomes. No one's stopping you from actually living how you want to live except you. And that's the truth. No one's stopping you from living the life the way you want to live except you. And whatever your preference, whether you prefer Black women, Hispanic women, Asian women, white women, they're out there. They are out there. They are out there living their lives. The woman, California, this woman looks Paris. I was out last night. Look, they're out there. Out there. Where, no, I don't know where. You need to be too. All right, I got 5 minutes for questions. I got 5 minutes for questions. Okay, who is this keeps talking about? I'm 51, going for my associate's degree in engineering. Women ain't on my mind. All right. 51 going for an associate's degree. Better late than never. I own my own business and work 7 days a week. That don't stop me. Boy, that was random. Suggestions on a solid house party fragrance. Kid and play. I don't know. Aqua di Gio Profumo is always going to be my go-to. Dior Sauvage. You can't go wrong with those. What happens when you're dragged down by your mother who you support financially? You leave her. Let me answer this question. Rob Davies said, what happens when you're dragged down by your mother who you support financially? Let me ask you a question, Rob Davies. If you were killed in a car accident tomorrow, do you think your mother would become homeless? Do you think your mother would just cease to live and be on the streets? What happens if you were taken in a car accident tomorrow? Because the question is, number one, why are you supporting your mother financially? You got to ask her, why are you supporting her financially? And unless she's legitimately infirmed, which means she should be able to get some sort of government assistance, SSI, that kind of stuff. Why are you supporting a grown person? Let's deal with that. If you're supporting your mother for anything other than cause, valid cause, then it's your responsibility. Stop. Because honestly, if you're supporting your mother, you can't have a life. Because no woman worth anything is going to sit there and allow you to support. No wife worth any salt is going to say, yeah, support your mom who can take care of herself. What are my thoughts on weed? I get cut out of social situations because I don't smoke it. I'm training to be an airline pilot. I don't have a problem with weed. I don't smoke it. If you get cut out of social situations, find a different group of friends. Go find other pilots. I mean, you're a pilot. You got to live a different life. But I don't have any problems with weed. I would prefer people smoke weed than drink. All the time as a bouncer, I never saw people get into weed fights. I never heard of weed driving. Matter of fact, most people who smoke weed become really damn friendly. Opinion on Paco Rabanne Olympia fragrance. It's for men or for women. I don't like either way. Opinion on dreadlocks. They're the scare conservatives, of course. Dreadlocks, you're gonna have to take the good with the bad. You want to wear dreadlocks, it's up to you, but you're going to have to deal with the public image perception that you choose. Your best bet would be to move to a more liberal city and work. Seattle, San Francisco, New York City, someplace like that, or a place that has more Black people. But you wearing dreads in the middle of America, yeah, that's what's up. He says, I'm not sure. She was struck off her profession. Well, Rob, sounds like what you need is, here you go, Rob. Booking advice line. Let me tell you something. I've helped about 6 guys get out of a situation like this year alone, who are living at home with their mother and or supporting their mother. And there's a way. You got to get away from that. You got to get away from that, man. Because you're doing it out of guilt. You don't owe her for raising you. You don't owe her. You don't have to pay her back for being your mother. Trust me. Just like they found out, she'll be just fine. She's not going to die. Off topic. When is the women's social event I've been away on business for, it'll be the first weekend of December. The first full weekend of December. So let me go ahead and give you guys a tentative date. So MIT is going to be the 2nd and 3rd. The first weekend in December will be, it's going to be the women's event's going to be the 7th and 8th. Yeah, because Thanksgiving is the week before. It'll be the 7th and 8th in Atlanta. If Nikes 4444, if you're an introvert, what should be your first step in living your best life and getting out of your comfort zone? Those are 2 questions. And one presumes that you can't be an introvert and live your best life. I think your question is not put correctly. You presume that being an introvert means you can't live your best life and get out of your comfort zone. In order, first off, I'm going to ask you who your coach is. You can't do anything outside of what you're already programmed to do without existing information, man. Most introverts' problems is they watch too much TV and videos. You don't have to be an extrovert to live your best life, but you do have to deal with somebody who's going to force you out of your zone. Honestly, that's where I see the most grown people. Hey Kevin, what goes best with camel brown? Man, I don't know. That's a broad question. It's a broad question. What goes best with a camel brown tie? Really? Bro, how am I supposed to answer that question? What whole outfit goes with a tie? I can't answer that. Nike's book an image console for real. I plan to next year. Let's talk about that. Why is it that you guys keep saying you plan to next year? Why are you wasting 4 more months? I don't understand that. I even had a guy I actually talked with, and he admitted I need to do this, and he had the funds for it. It was like, I'll do it, next year. You're wasting time in life. Let's be real. Ain't nobody on here rich. And it's not like the money you'd be investing in something is going to make or break you. Let's be honest. The truth is you really don't think it's going to work. Because if you thought it was going to work and make a real change in your life, you wouldn't wait 6 months. You'd want to start that yesterday. That's the truth. If you really thought something was going to make a big impact, you'd do it as soon as possible. You'd sell plasma, you'd do whatever you had to do to get that change coming. Still getting my money up. Bruh, I'm going to just say this, Dallas. So if you still getting your money up, if it's going to take you next year to get an image console, you broke. I'm just be broke. Bro, you broke. If that, and you can't be broke if you're working 60 hours minimum. I saved $3,000 in the summer when I was in high school, and I was making $3.35 an hour. I mean, I want you to listen to what you're saying. It's going to take me October, November, December, January, 4 months to get money for a console. Then what's it going to take you after the console? If you're going to take you 4 months to get money for a console, then if you're that far bound financially, which you could be, but that means dating and all the other kind of stuff has to be far off, man. That's why I say the first thing guys got to do is get your hours up. You got to start you got to have more money than time. And at 25 years old, your time should be more valuable than your money. Hillrod says, I'm 30 years old, married in corporate finance world, and have a newborn. What's the best way to get into the sales world? Trying to level up to high six figure. You're in corporate
Been
finance?
listening to you and watching your vids for a while, Kevin. My goal for next year is to book an image consult.
Mario, would I put Joseph A. Banks and Men's Warehouse in the same league? Yes. And I wouldn't buy it from either one of them. The lowest I would go would be Suit Supply. Yeah. Hill Rod, if you want to get into sales role, well, today, man, if you want to transition to sales, what kind of sales? Because the thing is with sales, most people think they want to be pharmaceutical sales, medical equipment. Well, what kind of sales do you want to be into? And with all that on the line, with a wife, a newborn, transitioning careers, ooh, yeah, that would be a one-on-one session, bro. She's a queen. Change is scary. You have to let go of the excuses, right? SM says, I'm a senior in college, 21 years old, and I have a six-figure job after I graduate. What should I do to become CIO? If you have a six-figure job after you graduate from college, you should be actively with the coach right now, because let's presume you're 100% on the level. Coming out of college into a six-figure job, your main goal, this may sound rudimentary, is to you do not need to be reproducing, because at 21 years old, you look like a whole snack out here. People find out you're 21 years old, and you're asking about being CIA, there are women like, ooh, let me go ahead and put a baby on this dude and get 20% of their income. There are many guys coming out of college, going into law school, that kind of stuff, who are in, high five figures, six figures. You need to get a mentor. You need to get a coach, because most people are not going to be able to find a mentor. You need to get a coach and do some life planning. At 21, if you're coming out of school at 21, you need a 1, 3, and 5 year plan before you graduate, so you can stay on task through your 20s. So you don't get sidetracked in all the shit you can get sidetracked into in your 20s with such an income. Yeah, guys. Yeah, doing a video with Alpha M. I already have, honestly. I did a T. Shanley commercial. I scare some style channels because they don't talk about this kind of stuff. But honestly, a lot of style channels, there are no other style channels that are image consultants. I don't know any. They're not. They're style guys, but they're not consultants. They don't get paid to consult, which is kind of crazy. I'm one of the only image consultants, but they have hundreds of thousands and millions of subscribers. And I'm the guy that gets paid to do this shit. I think Ashley Weston is the only other person. All right, a couple more questions. But see, here's what I need you guys to do. I need to start sharing my videos. I'll be honest, YouTube throttles my channel because I actually discuss these issues. And for you men and you women who value my content, more than saying I value your content, I appreciate it, in the comment section, share it out, copy my channel link or copy the video and put it on your Twitter page, put it on your Facebook page. That's how you say you really appreciate it. Hey man, I saw this video. This guy's great. You should watch it. That's what you do. I've always wondered, where would you suggest a big empowerment shop? Custom clothing. So I suggest you get custom clothing. Clothes are not made for big and tall men. You need custom clothing. That's what I would do. Mm-hmm.
Already working like crazy. Will definitely be getting vid consultant after seeing your show, your work vids.
Appreciate it. So here's what I want to focus on. I always try to round this out on positive. I'm from Oklahoma. Oklahoma is a small town living, right? When I moved to Houston, I saw how small Oklahoma really was. From Oklahoma City was the biggest city in Oklahoma. When I moved to Houston, I saw, God damn, Oklahoma is really small. When I moved to New York, it was even bigger. Most people never travel, especially in this country. And you need to actually get your hours up so you can have money to actually see more of the country. Why are you living where you live? The city, the state, a lot of stuff may not even be for you. And that's why you need to try things, get out and do more things. Your life should not be a rut. You should not ever get to the point to where you're just killing time. Because time is one thing you can't get back. And as a young man, you feel like you got so much of it and you should be out. I keep looking over here because I'm like, I'm supposed to be going somewhere, but I got life going on. And I know for a fact that a lot of you guys out there are good dudes, you know, and unfortunately, some of you have been dealt a bad hand, but that can't be your, it ain't your fault, but it is your responsibility to change it. Conversely, for the ladies, I know a lot of you ladies out here are coming to these places to try to find answers. I get that. Best thing you can do for yourself is to get in your feminine, get around other women who are in their feminine, get in that gym, stay in that gym, and get your femininity up and get that smile on your face and start liking your life. Start liking your life and then going out.
You'll share your page more.
Appreciate it. Start liking your life and loving your life to the fact where you're like, you know what? I ain't where I want to be, but I'm better than I was yesterday. And get out on a Saturday night instead of sitting at home. Get out and go have dinner at the local spot and go sit at the bar and go get to know the bartender. Get to know the maitre d'. Make your home in your neighborhood. Just work it. And you'll be surprised when you're out in life. It's like riding a bike. You'll remember the more you're out around people, it'll start to feel more natural. You'll feel real uncomfortable at first. It's like, this is awkward. But the more you're there, and then when somebody comes in and says, hey, Miss J, you'll be like, but about a month and a half into it, you'll be like, oh, okay. 3 months into it, you're a G at it. And then the next Miss J will come on and you'll see her coming in on her dough legs and be like, I was that chick a little bit. Come on, girl, let me holler at you. Yeah, trying to get out and be, set her up with the so-and-so. The bartender comes over. Oh, you're Jay's friend. Any friend of Jay is a friend of mine. Tell me you wouldn't like to have that in your life. Tell me you wouldn't like places you go in your neighborhood or your city. People smiled at you and you came in and they knew you and treated you like they saw you. We got to go allow yourself to have that happen in your life. Because here's the thing. You may be 35, 40 years old, and there's a 21, you can't out-compete her on that. But what you can outdo her on is being the best version of you. And there is somebody for everybody. And I guarantee you, as physically attractive as some people may have thought K. Michelle was before, the things that come out of her mouth make her unattractive. But flip K. Michelle and say she's 180 degrees opposite. Do you know what a pleasure it would be to be around somebody who actually has a genuine smile and genuinely likes their life? And those people are easy to be around. They make you want to be around them. And when you're a woman, you actually can inspire the best out of all people to want to do stuff for you. See, this isn't brain surgery or rocket science. I didn't come out with CIA on accident. I didn't come up with FBI on accident. And there's a reason those two things work together. Get out and do the best for you, ladies. She says, I'm super tired of living in NYC. I bet. And the NYC can be on you. It can be on you. It can be on you. All right, then I will talk. Let me go ahead and read these super chats. Make sure I get everybody's question and answer. I hate to miss anybody's stuff. Da, 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 da. All right. Shout out to Lance. Keep up the great content. Roy donated 20. Godfather checking in. Okay, let's got that. Cool Chris, 007 Godfather. Charles Faulkner, appreciate it. Naeem, appreciate it. Quentin, appreciate it. LP, got you already. Nikes 444, got you, Chief. Dallas Hokies, been listening to you. We got that. Mario, shout out. Already working like crazy, got that with Nikes 44. Cool. And Miss J, cool. Appreciate everybody. Do me a favor, go join my girl Roxy's channel. That was the sister that was twirling around in the yellow dress. I told you, chocolate sisters in yellow dresses. Boy, when you're right, you're right. Go check her channel out. She's got some great content. All right, gentlemen, until the next time. All right, ladies. All right, gentlemen, until the next time. Peace. See ya.